Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the LG refrigerator main electronic control board. It's going to be a very easy repair and it should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new main electronic control board. The main electronic control board controls all the functions on the refrigerator. The main reason to be changing it out is if the part you're having problem with tests OK, indicating that the control board is bad. In order to change the part, we have to go to the back of the refrigerator. Now that we're at the back of the refrigerator, we can take off the access cover to get access to the main electronic control board. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to take the screws out. Once you have all the screws out, you can set the panel aside. Now we can take all the connections off the control board. There's 6 wiring harnesses that we have to disconnect. So we're going to take the upper ones off first. Before we take them off, we're going to unhook all the wiring harnesses from behind the tab. Once you have the wiring harnesses disconnected, we can take the harnesses off the board. There's a locking tab on each one that you have to press, and then you can carefully pull the connection off the board. If you can't get this one because of this little plastic piece, you can use a screwdriver and carefully pull it off. Once you have the upper ones off, we're going to go ahead and take off these bottom 2. We're going to pull the board out first and then take this one off. This one's pretty tight to get off, and you might end up yanking too hard on the board and breaking some tabs. Same as the upper one, we're going to take the wiring harnesses out. And on these, the locking tabs are on the bottom. Now that we have those 2 wire connectors off, we're going to carefully release the tabs. There's one on the top and the bottom. All you have to do is carefully lift up on it and pull out on the board. Once you have the tabs released, you can carefully pull the control board out, and then we're going to turn it over so we can press this locking tab and release the bottom one. Once you have all the wiring harnesses off, you can pull the main electronic control board out of the refrigerator. Here's the old main electronic control board next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. To put the new main electronic control board in, we're going to carefully line up this side. There's a little mounting pin right down here. And then on the middle and the top, you want to make sure it goes behind those tabs. Once you have it in place, you can push it down and snap it into place. Once you have it in there, we can reconnect all the wiring harnesses. We're going to hook the wires up in the opposite order that we took them off. So we're going to do the bottom ones first. And you just want to carefully plug these in so you hear them snap in and lock and you get a good connection. Once you have them in place, on the bottom, we're going to push the wiring harnesses behind the little clip. And then we can do the ones on the top. Same as the bottom ones. All you have to do is line them up with their connector and make sure they snap into place so you get a good connection. There's 3 different sizes, so you can't mess them up. They only go one spot. Once you have the top ones in, same as the bottom, we're going to wrap the wiring harness over the support clip and get them out of the way. Once you have those secured in place, we can put the access cover back on. To put the access cover back on, all you have to do is line it up and get the screw holes lined up. And then we can use our Phillips screwdriver to put the screws in. Now that we have the refrigerator put back together, you can plug it back in and make sure it starts to cool. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.